let's start just with a round of applause for just how full this room is. It remains for me to welcome our candidates, Mike Thornton for the Liberal Democrats, John O'Farrell for Labour, and Diane James for UKIP. I'd also like to extend a different kind of welcome to our fourth candidate. This is Maria Hutchings.
I think it's the only opportunity that we got to question the candidates as kind of ordinary members of the public. If they don't knock on your door, you don't get the chance to question them and hear what they've got to say. So I thought it was really, really valuable.
Can I have an answer from each of you whether you will support the APPG group?
Yeah, that does sound like a yes or no question, which is great. Let's put them on the spot. Right. You've got 2 seconds.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just one yes from me.
As many yeses as you need.
Choose the candidates over who you think is the best candidate, who you think represents your values, and who you think is the highest calibre. It might be Diane, it might be me, it might be Mike, but let's concentrate on the issues, not run a faux council election.
First of all, I am not a closet Tory, and nor am I Conservative in disguise. UKIP stands for some very, very clear policies, and we've made it abundantly clear to David Cameron that there is no coalition with UKIP, so he can get lost on that one, quite frankly.
I did have one canvasser say that they were going to vote Labour because we'd put the fewest leaflets through that particular door.
It's very important that the new democracy of the internet joins the old democracy of the cross on a piece of paper, and that they don't cut across each other. And I think it's very important then that this evening, you, 38 Degrees, and the ordinary traditional parties came together about the matters that you're both interested in and that we're all interested in, contemporary politics.
What are you going to do to protect the British household from total eradication of family as we see it today?
Absolute right for people to be treated equally. It's just a matter of civil rights. And at church, the absolute right of church to make their decision with absolutely no interference from the state whatsoever.
But, you know, regretfully, for whatever reason, David Cameron drove this through Parliament with its first reading, and I don't doubt that he won't give up until he sees it on the book. And I won't support that if I'm the MP for Eastleigh. It's very simple.
I'm just going to come back on gay marriage, since the other two have spoken about gay marriage. Clearly, we do not want to force churches to marry gay people. If they don't want to, that's in the legislation. Teachers shouldn't be sacked for teaching about gay marriage. That's in the legislation. But I would vote yes for gay marriage, and since it's been put on the statute in Parliament, and I say if you have a problem with gay marriage, then just don't marry a gay person. So
I've lost all interest, and then this election landed on the doorstep, and I suddenly got really enthused by it, and partly because 38 Degrees you know, publicising some of the opportunities to get involved.
I'm asking this question on behalf of 38 Degrees members. Would you support repealing the Health and Social Care Act and stop the privatisation of the National Health Service?
Well, I'm going to just give you a straight answer, yes. I've made it abundantly clear every time I've met people. My own personal view, I'm against the privatisation of the NHS services. Probably the first person of the panel up here that will sign the 38 Degrees survey as a result and lobby accordingly if I'm your MP.
This is about political dogma forcing through privatisation when it's been proved in most cases it doesn't work. I'm generally opposed to it.
Well, I don't believe the health service is being privatised, so I don't think it is. And we've stopped with Section 75 that process from continuing.
It's very important to give local people, certainly those that we represent working in the community and voluntary sector, just that opportunity of having that face-to-face meeting with the key candidates and to hear what their views are.
I think this was a particularly well-organised hustings, to be honest. We got loads of questions. I think all 3 candidates that actually showed up, main candidates, it was all about the issues. I don't think there was a single personal attack. It was what politics should all be about.
The NHS should remain safe. It shouldn't be threatened by coalition partners.
Can I just say as well, and Andrew Lansley's attack on the NHS is costing £3 billion. It wasn't even in the coalition agreement. This is something that came up subsequently, and the Liberals have gone along with it when they didn't have to, because it wasn't. They've broken their own coalition agreement.
I don't think going along with it, John, is putting in 1,000 amendments.
Thank you all so much for those questions. We've covered fluoridation, the NHS, the Ford factory, tuition fees, the timing of this election, immigration, equitable life, the EU, prison policy, the quality of the leaflets, youth unemployment, equal marriage, tax, localism, nuclear weapons. It's been amazing.
I thought the hustings was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It gave us a chance to speak and to get some feedback from the candidates.
Firstly, thank you to all of you for coming. This is local democracy in action. I wondered if you would just indulge me for a minute while I just take a photo of how many of you there are in this room that I can stick on the 38 Degrees website in the morning and just show them.
So I've spent the evening live tweeting out what's been happening in here. It's a packed room in here, and we've also had thousands of people following us online for our Twitter account.
Tonight was all about as many voters as possible putting their questions to the candidates and being able to make their mind up about who they wanted to vote for on the basis of what they'd heard tonight.
There's a lot of pundits and spin doctors and people in the Westminster Village who say this election is about a Westminster bun fight and, you know, writing local people and what matters to you locally out of the equation. I think what you've done today is proved to all the candidates here, to the BBC and the other journalists who've been here, that actually democracy is alive and kicking. Thank you so much for coming. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this event. Fantastic. See you all again soon.